All right, guys, you asked for it. Another solo episode. Here we go. No, I'm just kidding. No one asked for this episode. All right, welcome to the latest episode of Game Day Glare. I'm Lance, and there's no E today. He's stuck in a webinar, and I'm in California in a different time zone, and our schedules did not meet up this week. So here you are, stuck with just me, and it's okay because today we are talking about travel. We're talking about new cities, new stadiums, but the same job. So I'll walk you through what I do when I travel, and hopefully you guys get some good insight. All right, before we get into the new episode, I want to talk about the scouting report. And on the scouting report, what caught my eye this week is the Sony A7R6. What could this mean for us sports videographers? Well, it means we're getting an FX3 II eventually, and supposedly there's a patent for an A7S4. These are two things that hybrid shooters, sports videographers have been asking for. But the Sony A7R6, wow, it has some big specs. 8K 30 frames, open gate. This is something that people have been asking for. Is it a bit overkill? Maybe, but I mean, only time will tell, right? Like, no, you got to get your hands on this camera and see what it's all about. But the fact that they're putting this in the A7R6, it means that some of these goodies will come into the FX3 II and the A7 IV. So it's very hopeful for us sports videographers. Now, these cameras are supposed to release come the end of the year. But it looks like 2026 is a big year for Sony. That's all I had for the scouting report. It's something that caught my eye. I mean, I definitely think it's worth checking out the camera. It might not be for everyone. It's a more expensive camera, but that is the ultimate hybrid camera. So there's definitely going to be some goodies that trickle down. Now, next up, we're talking about travel. And I just want to mention one thing, that your travel starts way before the airport, okay? You gotta, say you get booked for a gig and you gotta take a plane and all that. You have to know what you're getting yourself into, okay? So you have to know your deliverables right away. You have to know the situations you're gonna be in. And then you have to plan on what to pack and be efficient, because you can't bring everything that you have in your studio at home or in your locker or whatever it is, wherever you keep your gear. You can't bring everything. You have to bring the most accessible things that you can, and you need to stay light. But in order to do that, you need to know exactly what you're getting yourself into. So please talk to your client and find out all the deliverables, where you're working, where you're staying, how much travel time it is. Will you have a place for your gear? All those things matter. Now, one thing that I always struggle with is, where am I working? Like right now, if you look, this is where I'm working. If you see my desk with this camera's on, it is so tiny, but you know what? You make it work. But some stadiums, you have a nice media bay. You have some extra screens you can even plug in sometimes. So it all really depends. For this job, I'm just on my laptop. I got minimal gear because I'm trying to stay light. Now, what stays with me is, so I travel with the Nomadic 35-liter Peter McKinnon bag. For me, it's the one and done. It does everything for me. I don't think I need a bigger bag than that. The only thing is FX3 handle does not really fit in it, so I don't bring it with it. Now, for this specific job, I'll walk you through what I have with me. So I have two cameras with me, Sony A7 IV and FX3. I carry two lenses. I have a Tamron 17-28 and a Tamron 35-150. I also have two GoPros, one DJI Osmo Pocket 3, one drone, the Mini Pro 5. I have two mic kits, DJI Mic Kit 1, DJI Mic Kit 3, which you see right here in my hand. Those are there. Headsets, ND filters for the Osmo, the cameras, the drone. Because I am in California, I need those ND filters. Extra little things. I have extra batteries. I did not bring a monitor. I did not bring a V-mount battery. I'll use my phone as a monitor. I have a handle for my cameras. I try to pack light, even though with all that gear, it's not packing light. I have a laptop. I have two SSD hard drives, and I have one backup hard drive where I back up all my footage. The SSD hard drives are what I work off of. And then when I'm done my work, boom, I transfer everything onto the backup drive, because I'm so paranoid of, when you're formatting cards, when you're, traveling with hard drives, things happen. So I just want to make sure that I'm safe. I also have with me the Ulanzi tripod, the AJJ06. And man, this thing is a lifesaver. It's so light. It's carbon fiber. It fits right into the side of my bag. So that's been coming with me on the road, and it's been great. Quick release plate. So I'm going from tripod to interviews, no problem. And I also have a monopod with me because sometimes I need both cameras up on tripods or on stands, so that's why I have one of each. The monopod goes in my checked-in bag, and the tripod goes on the side of my bag. It helps him be light and nimble, honestly. One important thing too is your batteries need to stay with you. So my batteries, all my backup batteries, all that goes on my in my bag because you cannot check that stuff in. I recently had a friend who checked all that stuff in, and guess what? The airport took it out of his bag, and now he has to figure out a way to get back his batteries. So avoid the hassle and please keep your batteries on you. Next up is like, listen, you take your plane, you get to your new city, you land, and then it's about adapting. Do I need a rental car? Do they have someone to pick me up? We're going to the hotel. I like to get there a day early, at least if possible. I try to go to the venue, walk by the venue, get early access to the venue. I want to see what I'm dealing with. I'm looking for lighting. I'm looking at timing, like, hey, how long does it take me to get there? What's it like during rush hour? Because I don't want to be late. Get there as early as possible. And also figure out where this, like, so right now, I know where the sunlight is. I'm in California. I walked around a couple days in that. So right now it's to my left-hand side. It's kind of lighting up this image. But if you're filming baseball or soccer and that, know where the sun's going to be when your time of filming is, because it's going to be a big advantage of you. And it's different. Every city, the sun's a little in different positions and that. So it's something that you should pay attention to. I call it like finding light, and also like walk around the arena, find the clean angles, find out like where can I shoot without any obstructions. And just figure out the access too, like which points can I go to, where can I go, where can I not go? Because if you're, new to a stadium, that you don't know all the back routes and that. So like when I run into people in Montreal, some of my videographer friends, I always kind of help them out and show them, okay, this is a shortcut here, this is a shortcut here. Oh, your pass has access here, your pass doesn't have access there. And these are little things that you will run into when you're on the road. So it's good to go by the venue the day before if you can, and try and figure those things out. And if you can't, then just get there really early where you have time to adapt. And the thing is to find out if you can work there, because getting your work done right after the event on the road, for me, is a must. It's fresh in my head. I don't want to get lazy, especially if you had a long shoot or something like that. I'll get back to the room, maybe just grab a bite, and then boom, I'm back to work. I'm on the road. I'm here to work. I'm getting these projects done ASAP. And it's something that's tricky too, right? Because every team, every stadium, every organization has different deliverables, different times that they want these things delivered, and speed is important. Our last episode, we talked about how to edit faster in that. So use some of those tricks. But when you're on the road, honestly, just work and do the best you can, and get your stuff out there as soon as possible. So for me, travel forces me to be simple. Road trips teach me what actually matters. Okay. So what comes out of my bag, what goes in my bag. I find stuff that I don't use. Well, next trip, I'm not bringing it. Like silly stuff like tape or extra stuff that I have. Like I have multiple headsets, multiple stuff. I don't need all that. I'll just bring the bare minimum to be light. So if you don't use it, don't pack it. And it is hard because I do seem to overpack sometimes. My camera bag is very, very heavy. But every trip, it is getting a little bit lighter as I'm learning to what is it that I really, really need. Travel, like, honestly makes you realize about your setup. We have all these nice handles and V-mount batteries and, monitors and that. 9 out of 10 times you could probably get the job done without them. And travel forces you to do that because you don't always have room for your monitor or your V-mount battery, and you adapt. And that's the thing, is adapting makes you grow. And on the road, it's kind of, it's a little bit of added pressure to perform with not everything you're used to. And for me now, it seems that the lighter my bag is, the easier the job is, like I'm not as tired. I have this bag on my back that weighs me down. So simplicity usually wins. Less gear is like more clarity. So the road teaches you that what is essential and what is just comfort gear, so you don't need everything you think you need. So the next up, I would say workflow matters even when you're tired. Okay, so travel days are not always glorious. You got early flights, long drives, bad sleep. Like for me to get here, I left my house at 4:30 in the morning, flying to California. I got here at 11:30 California time because I travel back 3 hours. I go back 3 hours. But that was a long day. Like, I think I went to bed at 10 p.m. California time. So it's like, say, 1 o'clock in the morning, my time. So I was up from 4 a.m. to 1 a.m. So that's a long day, and you're not sleeping good. For me, I'm going over the shoot in my head. I'm getting ready for the next day. I'm, charging all my batteries, all that stuff. So just make sure that even though you're tired, you're still performing. You're still giving the best you can give, because it is hard when you're out of your routine. You're tired. You're eating probably not that well. You're just grabbing what's fast, what's around your hotel and that. So try to control the things you can control, and by that I mean, like, having all your batteries ready, having your project ready to go, upload it with music, or your hard drives ready, all that stuff, have it ready so when you get to the job, you're prepared. Because it's tough. It's tough living out of a bag. And it sounds great being on the road. And it is fun. Don't get me wrong. It is fun, but it is work. It's not a vacation. Like I just did three 16-hour days, and I was like shooting photo, editing a video every day. It was go, 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 go. And now today it's like, okay, it's travel day. And I decided to record the podcast because it's the only time I have. But yeah, so being on this trip is not as glamorous as you think, even though I'm in sunny California. The thing the road has taught me, being on the road, is ask more questions, pack smarter, and trust your core gear. Like, um, it's kind of weird, but I shot with my A7 V all day yesterday. I have an FX3 right there on the bed that I did not touch because I was asked to take some photos at times, and I just know that it's a lot easier to do it with the A7 V than the FX3. So trust your gear and know what it is that will make your job the simplest, because the simpler your setup, the better it is for you. And also learn how to adapt fast, okay? Because, you could be working with a client for the first time, and like I said, you're in a different environment. So be flexible. If things change, don't freak out. Go with the flow, capture the images, do the best you can with what you have. Obviously, like if you get asked to do a last second interview or sit down interview, you don't have a lighting or something like that. You have to maneuver, you have to find like a window like I'm using right now for light. You have to adapt, you have to be smart and quick on your feet. And the road teaches you that. I'm honestly, every trip I'm on, there's a hiccup. There's always something that I'm like, oh, I didn't think of that, or oh, we didn't plan for that. And it is what it is. But you find ways to adapt, and it makes you a bit sharper, and you learn from every trip. So the shooters who travel well are usually the ones who are well prepared. So the more you prepare for your shoot before you leave, the better your shoot will be. But traveling for sports shoots is fun, I mean, you get to see new cities, new stadiums, but the best part is meeting new people. And, make those connections last. So, hook up with them on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media you have. Stay in contact with those people, because you never know when you're going to run into them again. You never know when you might need help or they might need your help. But I guess the last thing I need to say is new cities, new stadium, same pressure. The job stays the same. It's only the variables that change. Well, that's it for this solo episode of Game Day Glare. Take care, guys.